Hey, y'all. So I was making Kansas Cowboy some more deodorant today because this is how he tells me that he's out. He just leaves one of these empty little containers out on the counter. No note, no nothing. That means, would you please fill it up for me? Now, so I filled up a bunch of deodorant today and I was like, why don't I make a video? Did I make a video of this before? I don't know, but we're making another one. And while I was waiting for my wonderful sister to bring it up, I found out that I can learn how to play the spoons. Her face just fell. So I have this metal tablespoon thing and this other metal tablespoon thing, and I found that if you can go like this and hold it. Wait, that one didn't work as well. Well, anyways, I found out I could do that. So that's going to be really great for the end of the world. So I'm going to work on that. I'll be back with you to try to add spoon playing to my songs. Very excited about that one. I told Michelle I felt like the Swedish chef, and then I just go, Arrivederci, viaggi, the butters, and a zinco roccolatte today. I don't know how to say this. I think it's zinc ricinoate. And now we kind of have to look on the back of all things to see if it comes from China, to see if you can even make this.
You said arrivederci.
I don't know what I said.
That's Italian.
I don't know what I'm saying. Ciao. So anyways, I want to make sure that you can get these ingredients to actually make this deodorant because it really makes a really smooth deodorant. It's not itchy. If you don't want to make this at home, we will in the link. I'm sure Maya.
She's here.
Maya's here. She makes deodorant. She ships it all over the world.
That's actually one of her containers.
This is one of her containers.
You used it to fill with your own.
Reuse, recycle. She had wonderful honeydew smelling deodorant here. Mine does not smell as good as hers. So let me just show you the main ingredients that I use in mine. This, I don't know if Michelle wants to look. This is a bag of shea butter. It comes from Africa, and honestly, it's way underpriced on Amazon. The African women who produce this stuff from the shea tree should be paid a lot more. So I don't know how we can rectify that, but we need to. Anyways, you get like a 2-pound bag for like $15 shipped. Like what? This should be impossible.
I'm trying to get my.
It might be different than that. I don't know. That's what I feel like. I have in here baking soda. I keep it because we keep big bags. We buy big bags at Sam's for various things. Baking soda is used for like everything. It's amazing. This is the secret ingredient in this whole thing. Well, 2 secret ingredients for me. You can use as your base kind of a lot of different powders. You can use arrow powder. You can use bentonite clay. There's a lot of different powders for your base. I like to use this. It's the same for sunscreen, zinc oxide powder. And this little secret ingredient here is used in cosmetics. This is BPA free packaging. It's made right here in the US of A in Washington, and it's something that you use in cosmetics. This I think was like $18 for this little bitty bag, but for each bar you only need like a half a teaspoon. Okay, so if I'm gonna make a big batch of 8, then I only need 4 teaspoons. And so when you, well, it goes far, is what I'm saying. Then the other ingredient I use to make it a little bit harder, and it's still spreadable, is beeswax. Now this particular block of beeswax came from some of our viewers, Eric and Kelly. So thanks, shout out to them. They have their own YouTube channel. So this I just kind of take and just like really, and just that's how that happens. And I already did that because it's kind of not pretty. I'm sure there's.
Hang on, I'm trying to get you back here.
Get me back.
You're fine. Keep talking.
Okay.
I'm learning the gimbal.
Okay, she's gimbaling. All right. So what we want to do? I think I forgot. Do I add? You can add coconut oil. And actually, I'm supposed to add coconut oil. So Michelle, I forgot to bring my coconut oil up here. And I think it was now my recipe. I just actually got this cheap at Big Lots. I bought the cheap coconut oil for making in soaps and deodorants and stuff. It's not internal. So well, you want to put your oils and your waxes together first, and I'm gonna give you abouts because this is the Swedish Chef Show, and honestly, you can't really go wrong. Like it's yours, and no one's gonna test you at the end. You'll see what works and what doesn't. So about for 1 bar, we're just gonna show you how to do 1 bar. About 1 tablespoon of beeswax. This is the number that I kind of watch closer because it's actually more expensive. I don't want to overdo it. About a half a teaspoon of the ricinoleate.
Wait. There it is.
Ricinoleate! I don't know exactly. It's just, they say, like, these little tiny, bally, like, pearly things.
Maya
It's like-
says she will test you at the end.
Thank you, Maya. Maya will test me. She has to, we're doing them in bulk. She doesn't want to use too much stuff. So she's got to make sure it's going. Okay, so 2 tablespoons of my shea butter. So to me, I'm eyeballing it, and I got to tell you, when you start to use this shea butter, it's great. Just use the leftovers on, moisturizing your face or your legs. Because you start to use this, and it just kind of goes everywhere, and it's kind of, well, it is what it is. All right, so I think it was. This is live. Why did I go live? 2 tablespoons of shea. I didn't actually write it down. I'm trying to remember exactly. I just made all these. I'm trying to remember the proportions. We're just gonna go with. I think it was like I have these big batches in my head because I made them for Christmas. What does it say? What does it say on the? Does it even have coconut oil on there?
No.
Okay, that's fine. Mine on the bottom though, I have it because my own recipe. I have like a 1.5 cups of coconut oil for 8 bars. So what is that?
1.5 cups.
For 8 bars.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're gonna put in, I think it was more coconut oil. How to make this? I don't know. Throw a bunch of stuff in a pot. I'm just kidding. We're gonna do 2 tablespoons.
1/2 cup would be 8 tablespoons. Are you having the recipe?
No. We're
Quartering it?
1/8ing it.
Oh. Okay. Well, then 2.
Then 2. Okay, that's fine. 2 to 2 to 2. The shea butter to 2. To the coconut to 2. And honestly, guys, it really doesn't matter. It all kind of works and conglomerates together.
You're not making soap, which would be more
Oh,
important.
yeah. So you gotta heat it. Just heat it. Just heat it. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. So you see, I've already. Well, to show you, I can do it. I mean, I'm making this well. So I've used leftover Toms. So Michelle brought down hers to be refilled.
Well, those were in a drawer because I haven't used. That's what I used to use before we started making our own, and I saved them. And then you bought a bunch of empties.
Yeah, and these empties, I think they do make them in the United States. But I gotta tell you, I got a crazy good deal on like 50 of these. Everybody got them for Christmas, and they came in this big giant bag. So I don't know if they make. I'm sure they came from China. So, but I'm sure that people start making in the United States. And guess what? You don't need. It's cool because they're deodorant things, and they go up and they go down. You don't need it. Put it in a little bowl jar. Put it in a little container. It goes.
Use
really
your
far.
fingers.
Use your fingers. I use my fingers anyways most of the time. So as this is heating up, how's everybody doing today on this nice fine? Well, we are rainy, and that is why we're doing indoor fun projects, right?
It's really it's just yucky there. It's really yucky.
Ah, that's what it was. It was 1 cup of shea butter to 1.5 cups of oil, so that's what it to any oil. But I like to use the coconut oil.
Firehorse says, "How about bicarb toothpaste too?"
Oh yeah, sure. You can definitely make baking soda toothpaste. We do.
Maya says she's
do.
making soap right now.
Yay, Maya!
Maya's always making soap.
Don't leave the burner on, and find something to put your stuff on so it doesn't burn your table. All right, so then I'm gonna add in about, not quite a tablespoon. I use like about a half a tablespoon of baking soda because some people, the baking soda could just be your deodorant, but for some people it's too itchy. Okay.
And I would say don't give up, because
Right.
you've had to make different recipes based on
what we had. What we
well,
had
and each
available.
person's needs, and like you
Yeah.
said, your armpit's a pretty sensitive spot.
Exactly. So this is, I'm doing
What kind of-
1.5 tablespoons of the zinc oxide. Now get the non-nano, because you don't want it to go into your skin. I guess because it can cause some
Does it say non-nano? Oh, it does say non-nano.
Yeah.
Non-nano.
No. So you do want to get this into your container while it's still liquidy, because if you don't, you're going to end up like plopping it in there. Now the next step is to pick what kind of essential oils or oil or scent you might want in there. That's actually part of the deodorizing factor.
So pause right there, because
I'm
your measurements are for you 1/8ing a recipe. So the recipe you're going to put in the description is going to be the full recipe.
No, I'll put the 1/8 for 1 bar.
Nobody's going to want to do that.
You want to do 8 bars at a time? I'll put it in 8 bars at a time. That's
Yeah,
fine.
and then they can divide it from there.
Yeah,
That's what I would do.
fine. Okay, so there's a lot of different essential oils, and I wanted to show you guys that we use all kinds of essential oils from all different sellers for all different reasons. When I get these big ones, I only use them externally for like soaps and these kind of things, but they do work. Roman chamomile is good for your skin.
Stop moving it.
It's an anti-inflammatory. Okay.
I mean that nicely. So they
Tea
can see it.
tree. You can smell the difference between
A
a
quality
young
oil.
living oil and the big giant ones. But the tea tree, the big giant ones, are still good for antifungals, antibacterials. My other one that I like to get in for bulk ones for soaps and things like that is plant therapy. They're kind of priced in between. Still smell amazing. And for guys doing deodorant, some of my favorite scents are pine. So this is I have, and then cypress is a really good man scent. I wish you could smell. I should smile. Smile, you're on camera. For fun, if you put a drop of peppermint or wintergreen in your deodorant, you go hoo-hoo! And it's just like, it's nice and antibacterial, antifungals, and just actually if you just kind of want to be refreshed. We made Kansas's deodorants with the pines and the cypresses and the tea tree. I am going to use the tea tree in for this other one for the cutting down on the stink, right? This is not an antiperspirant, right? So this is not going to necessarily clog your pores, but actually does cut down on sweat. Like, it's really amazing because somehow with these natural deodorants, your skin is allowed to breathe. So you're not like, your pores are open because you're using more of a natural like deodorant. And so you still do sweat, but you actually do want to sweat. It's your body's way of cleaning itself out.
Detoxing.
And detoxing. So we're gonna go with the, what I love is a little bit of juniper berry. And Michelle can tell you what juniper berry is good for because she uses that.
Well, I use it for a lot of different things.
And then lavender. So you'll fall asleep just walking around. Just a few drops, total about 10 to 15 drops from 1 bar, maybe even less than that. You don't need to waste a whole bunch. It's, there are healing properties to this. So when I use it, when I do it for big bars, I usually take it in something that's gonna pour in easily, because otherwise you just have a mess. And you are gonna have, like, this is the kitchen. It's gonna make a mess. That's what it's there for, making a mess. So each little drop actually is kind of important. And then what we'll do is we might, once this pot hardens up, you will leave it there and be like, deodorant for like a couple days, right? We don't waste things around here. So then we take it and we pour it in our lovely little deodorant thing here, all the way to the top, all the way to the tippy top. There we have it, folks. 1 little bar's worth. I get my spatula out here. We're going all the way to the top. All the way to the top. Oh, you can see it, look. It's already hardening on us, folks. All the way to the tippy top. So there we are at our tippy top. Didn't actually make this best per. And it kind of wasn't as pretty on top because I just smushed it. So we still have a good amount here. Like I told you, watch it because it's going to get hard pretty quick as it solidifies. It's beautiful. It's soft. It goes on your skin so silky smooth.
It's like butt paste.
Wonderful. You could use this for butt paste, kid paste. You can use this for sunscreen. If you use this recipe for sunscreen, add carrot essential oil. It's a sunscreen. There's a couple more essential oils that are really good for sunscreen. I don't remember them right off the top of my head.
So Maya says if you add a clay like bentonite clay, let me get the chat back. She had a couple other ones in there. It'll help with the sweating aspect too.
Oh my gosh, you're so right. I actually have you can kind of see the coloring difference. So in the ones I made for just before, there's bentonite clay in these 4. And if Michelle waits a second, I'll go get that and I'll show you what that looks like.
Now we're just waiting. Those are yams for dinner. I'm really bad at this gimbal thing. I'm gonna get better at it.
I'm talking to you like you guys are at my house. Okay, so I bought this huge bag like 5 years ago to make toothpaste and deodorant with. Somebody sent it on eBay. And it's just this big bag of bentonite clay. And it's great. It's great. And actually, while we're at it, we can show you what that would look like. We'll just put a tablespoon in what's left here. This is what I'm talking about. I don't follow recipes, guys, unless it's soap. If it's soap, you follow it to the T or your house is going to blow up.
Oh, for crying out loud.
I don't know if it's going to. And so if it does this is like the only time I would ever in my life use a microwave. So watch this. Okay, so I'm going to show you. Look at my sticky fingers on the microwave already. It already hardened once. We don't really use our microwave, blah, blah, blah. Healthy reasons, blah, 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 blah.
Kaolin, French, or C? Bentonite, kaolin, or French, or C? I didn't even know about kaolin, French, or C. Well, I guess C clay, but like...
Oh, okay. Well, that's fantastic. And then some people put matcha powder in there and vitamin E oil. So...
Vitamin E is good for the skin.
There we go. We're back. We're back and we're ready for business. And we'll just stir that up in there. There we go. This is fun. Are we having fun? I'm having fun. I like chemistry. Just don't blow anything up. That's what I say. We're all good as long as we don't burn ourselves or blow anything up or poison anybody. You know, we had the kids over for Easter and we did the baking soda vinegar volcanoes and that was like so much fun. Put a little food coloring in
You're
there.
5 years old.
I know. It was fun. It was called a game. It was called, what was it called?
Gross Out or something.
Gross Out.
Totally Gross. It was
Gross
called
Out or
no,
Totally
it was
Gross.
called Totally Gross.
And all the questions, we played it with 3 boys. Just me and the 3 boys, and it was so much fun. Like every other question was about a booger.
Or farting.
But they were scientific questions. It was a real scientific thing. So I'm gonna sign off here because I gotta go find another container to put the bentonite clay based deodorant in. I didn't bring down enough containers. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope you guys are taking.
Don't lick that.
So what am I gonna do for the rest of the day? Seeing as how God has quarantined me inside my house, it just now stopped raining, so I'm gonna go out and check on my pigs and my chickens, and take them the buckets that are overflowing with water of scraps, and then I've decided that I'm going to clean the ceiling, and clean the kitchen walls. My mom's was like, well, if you're stuck inside, we might as well be doing some spring cleaning, and I was like, where do I want to start? I guess I'll just wipe down the walls. That might be fun, and the ceiling. I don't know if I'm going to take everything off the walls or if I'm going to clean around things. That's an honest question. Maybe I will take some stuff off the walls. That's going to be so much fun.
Wait a minute, I want to show them our guns. We literally keep guns mounted here
Oh my gosh.
on the wall.
That's
Yeah,
fun.
don't mess with us.
So we
Don't
have
come to
a
our
lot of
house.
outdoor projects planned, but God had other plans because I would say he controls the weather, but now we're not so sure. But no, I think he does.
Maya says it's all edible, but I'm like, dude, Maya, but it's not gonna taste good. It would
You're
like
right,
be in your
though.
mouth. You could lick it, but the taste would be in your mouth forever.
But it smells really, really good.
Not edible good.
I wish you guys had smell vision. So we always have a link to Maya's products
ME Healthy Products.
in the description in the video, and I will try to put the recipe in there. So arrivederci, ciao.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna have to heat that back up again when I get off, and work on
No.
I'm gonna work on my new spoon pouch. Hey, what would be a good spoon song? Well, I went down on a daddy shoe.
Wow. Oh my
What's
gosh.
a good country song?
I don't know.
Do we know any good country songs that have a good beat to them? An old one, an old timey song. In with that. I can't do Amazing Grace with that. That's just not gonna work. That would be. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. Well, I went. What was it? What's the next
I
one?
come from Alabama.
Come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. Yankee Doodle. But I really hate Yankee Doodle. Yankee Doodle went to town.
Oh, it's awful.
No,
It's
that's not
really
too
bad.
I guess that's Susanna was all you guys are gonna get. So I'm gonna stop here before you guys just like stop coming.
Quit while you're ahead.
Quit while you're ahead. So I'm just so excited I learned how to. I just did this while I was waiting. So I'm now. Whoa! You're watching a talent be born live on TV. Wow, that's so. I'm impressed with myself. I've always had a desire to make noises.
Maya said she needed some comic relief. Boss Torres says, did you ever watch Abby, the Spoon Lady? I think I've seen her.
love her.
Yeah, she's so great.
She's got some really good songs. That's what I was thinking of.
You're a good spooner.
Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you. We're not allowed to spoon because it's supposed to keep 6 feet away from everybody. So this is the only spooning that's going down.
Okay.
Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. Well, I went to
Come from Alabama.
with a banjo on my knee. I don't know the rest of the words, so I
Okay.
better stop.
All right, we're going to sign off. Thank you guys for being here. Do you want to tell them anything?
No, we're gonna make this just a deodorant video and a spooning video.
Okay, like
How to spoon.
our other channel or
We have
subscribing.
another channel. It's called Resistance Chicks. I want you to ring that bell. And I want you to subscribe. And if you're here from Big Family Homestead, welcome. And if you haven't subscribed to Big Family Homestead, then you should do it because they're even funnier than we are. And that's not saying much. No, I'm just kidding. They are. They're a great channel. They have a big old farm. They're up in Wisconsin right now. We love them. We know them personally. Isn't that great? Like to know the internet peoples in
We've
person.
met them in real life.
We have met them in real life. They're friends of friends, our good friends. So I love when we know people online. And so go, if you guys want to be entertained, they're always putting out videos. They just made one on how to make your homemade colloidal silver.
That's awesome.
Right on. They got cows that they're milking. They made hay this summer. And they do an amazing job. And they're always making me laugh.
That is terrible. My gimbal died.
Oh, no. I just watched the camera die. Like,
At least it wasn't my cell phone, which
Just
is
like
probably
that.
coming up next.
All right, so we have a PO Box 107, Milford, Ohio 45150. Remember, it's not just conspiracy theory if it's the truth. I'm sorry that I'm not one of those like perfect Instagrammy people who's gonna like make these great pictures and make everything super organized and make everything look perfect.
Oh, whatever.
This is real life. I've got 2 chickens defrosting, homemade chickens. Homegrown chickens, home raised chickens, home butchered chickens. We got our bacon out there. We're gonna take these sweet potatoes and put a couple of them in. What you can do, you want to grow sweet potatoes? You cut this puppy in half. You put some toothpicks in it. You dip it in water.
You set it in a jar
And
that
you
has
set
water.
it with the toothpicks halfway in the water, like this. Ready? Okay? And then these little green things are gonna grow. And those are all your slips. I'm gonna make some of that, but you gotta clean your water like every couple days because it'll start to go rancid. And then you take those slips, and when it's warm out, then you can plant them, and then you'll get another sweet potato.
Thank you, Maya. She linked to the Big Family Homestead. She's awesome.
Yay, Maya. Maya. All right, I don't know. I was thinking that I feel like right now we're kind of all like on a, like what astronauts are starting to go through, and we haven't like I left the house yesterday. So, all right, guys, we love you. God loves you, and we'll see you back maybe this evening. Is this?
Adeline says, Michelle, you will need to go live because of what's happening in the UK. It's scary. It is. Oh yeah. So tonight I'm gonna guess 8:30 in an hour. We're gonna be opening up Josh Rogers' package, and for Leah's birthday, and talk about Young Living essential oils.
About the virus.
Right. Exactly. Because we don't want to get into trouble. So come back in an hour. We love you guys. God loves you. And Patriot Gallery will be going live at 9, I think.
Even if you're quarantined, you
9:30.
don't have to be stinky.
That's good. At 9:30, Patriot Gallery will be going live on Resistance
Wow,
Chicks.
we just we're like a whole TV channel today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mass Faith 3 Prepping Channel.
Signing out.
Bye, guys.